Good afternoon, Avon. I'm Avon Fire Chief Bob Spur coming to you with our most recent COVID-19 update for Avon. Today is May 18th. It's about 2:45 in the afternoon. Joining me as always is
Kathleen Waldron, health agent for Avon.
Hi, Kathleen. So as we always do, let's start with the numbers. Nationally, there have been 1,525,692 positive cases. And nationally, there's 90,210 fatalities. In Massachusetts, we are at 86,010 cases and 5,797 fatalities. Kathleen, how is it on a more local level?
Norfolk County has 7,474 positive cases. Plymouth County has 7,064 positive cases. And in Avon, we have 63 positive cases.
Excellent. So from a town status-wide, level, we are basically the same as we have been for a while now. People are working. We don't have customers coming in. It's done on a as needed basis. But like everybody else, we're looking at the governor's orders and figuring out what happened there today. So 11 o'clock, the governor came out with the first phase of his opening orders. And Kathleen, you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Sure, I'll do my best to try to explain this. It is a little confusing, but as far as individuals go, instead of a stay-at-home advisory, we now have a stay safer at home advisory, which is pretty similar. They are still encouraging you to stay at home as much as possible. And if you do go out and you cannot maintain social distance of 6 feet, to wear a face covering of some sort. As far as businesses go, as of today, May 18th, manufacturing can begin, construction can begin, retail curbside pickup only can begin. Places of worship can also open, but they are limited to occupancy capacity of 40%. And also firearm retailers and shooting ranges can open. That's of today. As of next Monday, May 25th, some offices can begin to open. They will be limited to 25% capacity. Car washes, exterior and self-service only could open. Hair salons and barber shops can open by appointment only. I know there's going to be a lot of people getting out there. You need to call your establishment first and make an appointment before just showing up. Pet grooming is also open, but again, by appointment only. And certain outdoor recreational facilities and activities can begin to open. That's a very vague sentence. I'm sure that there's going to be more advisory to come as far as what that means. There is a reopening advisory board that has been put together by the state, and there's more information and details as far as specific businesses on the state website as far as when they can open and what that means for them to open. One other thing I missed about individuals is that most gatherings are still limited to 10 people. So I think that's all I have as far as phase one of reopening Massachusetts. Chief, did I miss anything?
So one of the things that came out of the press conference today from the Lieutenant Governor who ran the reopening advisory board is they've developed checklists that businesses can go through, that need to go through, and look and see what you need to do to be able to reopen to make sure you're doing it safely. And then once the business has done that, there's a poster that is a self-attestation, so that you're saying, yes, we have actually done these things. And they want you to put that up where it can be seen by your employees and if they're coming in customers. That's important because that checklist is something that's got to be made available to an inspector, whether it's local board of health, Division of Labor Standards, various agencies that can come in and want to see it. And by putting up the poster, the hope is that you can show your employees, yes, we have done this, so that you can demonstrate it. So she was pretty adamant about, these are something you need to work your way through. Kathleen, I understand you've got good news. The big topic of when's it going to reopen?
Yes, the compost site will open on Wednesday at 9 o'clock. It'll be regular hours for now, 9 to 2, Saturday, Sunday, and Wednesday. With that said, there are some restrictions in place in order to safely open for residents and as well as the compost attendant. So first, when you enter the compost site, you'll need to hold up some form of identification, preferably a license, to your closed window. Just hold it up to the glass, and the attendant will verify that you live in Avon. We ask that you have a mask available if you are unable to keep a social distance of 6 feet. And if you need to ask the compost attendant a question, you should be wearing a mask when you do that. So after you verify your address, if you do have questions, you can roll down the window and ask the compost attendant at that time. You should only be getting out of your car when you're bringing your leaves to the pile or dropping off your electronics. With that said, you need to be able to lift any items into the dumpsters or containers by yourself. The compost attendant is not required to help you lift anything in any way. And lastly, the number of residents in the compost area will be limited. I don't know what exactly that number will be, but if you are asked to wait, we're asking you to line up along Wales Avenue. And we ask that you be courteous to all the neighbors up there. There are businesses up there. You cannot block the driveway. If someone needs to get around you, we ask all residents to just be aware that they are still in a business area and be courteous to the neighbors. So it is exciting that it's opening up, but we ask that you keep all these guidelines in mind while you're up there.
Excellent.
And that's it.
Excellent. So, like we've said, we're working through it just like everybody else is, what this reopening means. We're fielding, especially Kathleen, you're fielding a bunch of questions about it already. And folks, we found out about it the same time you did. So there's a lot of things that we're working through. We'll all get through this together though. It's a phased reopening. The phase one stuff is pretty much what we've seen already, with some exceptions that get added, or some new add-ons that come in tomorrow or next week, excuse me. We'll get there. It's moving forward. The numbers at the moment are in the right direction. Let's keep it going that way. Masks and social distancing are still huge, but looks like we're on the right side of this. So hopefully things keep going well. Anything else, Kathleen?
No, just again, thank you guys for your cooperation. And now that we are starting to open things up, I just ask that you be courteous to other people, be cautious of what's going on. Still know the symptoms of COVID-19. If you don't feel well in any capacity, stay home. Don't invite friends over. Don't go out. All that stuff I've been saying all along. The virus is still here. Just because we're opening stuff up doesn't mean that it's gone away. So just be that.
If you don't feel well, call your provider, because testing is becoming more and more available. The city of Brockton just opened testing up for surrounding communities at Brockton High School. Call your provider if you don't feel well. It's not like real early on where it was impossible to get tested. So, there's methods to get diagnosed now. Please, if you don't feel well, look into those things. All right. Well, thank you for watching us as always, folks, and we'll see you later in the week. Goodbye.
Bye.